Hey folks, I'm Jen Foxbot and welcome to MakerQuest. In this episode, I'm going to give you an overview on EL wire, what it is, and some cool projects that you can do with it. So I guess first of all, I should start with what is EL wire. Well, it's a super flexible, kind of sci-fi looking light up wire that runs on AC or alternating current. It's really helpful for wearable projects because it's flexible and it stays cool. So unlike LEDs or other light bulbs, you don't have to worry about getting burned or setting your clothes on fire or something like that. So that's good. Yay. But like I mentioned, it runs on AC, so that's kind of the only caveat, is that it runs on about 100 volts AC. It's low current, so fortunately it's not terribly dangerous, but just be careful when you're working with it. Avoid electrocuting yourself, that's always good. So to give you an overview of EL wire and how it's useful, I'm going to show you a project and kind of run you through that project. It's a light up dog harness that I made for my dog Marley, and I wanted to put some lights on him because I go climbing and camping a lot, and I let him run around. He's very well behaved, but when it gets dark, I can't see him, so I start having to yell for him, which gets annoying for myself and my friends. So I figured if I could put some lights on him, I could see him from a far distance and I wouldn't have to worry about yelling for him. So to do that, I wanted to use some EL wire. So here's the full system. I put it in a rain jacket pocket because I live in Seattle and it gets wet a lot, so I wanted to be prepared for all types of weather. It has an ambient light sensor on it right here. So if I move it to my light source, it should turn off. Oh, there we go. And then move it away, it'll turn on again. Yeah, there we go. So off, on, off, on. All right, you get the gist of it. So this is really handy because I can just put this on my dog, you know, strap it onto him. This goes on his back, so the light sensor faces upwards, and then I can turn everything on and just let him go, and it will automatically turn on when it starts getting dark outside. So I don't have to, you know, chase him down to turn it on. So it kind of takes care of everything in that. So let's look at the guts of this project. So inside the rain jacket pocket is a Tupperware container as an added measure of waterproofing and also to protect the electronics from my dog's antics, whether it's running around, jumping off of rocks, or rolling around on the ground. This provides an additional layer of insulation and some padding to protect the electronics from getting disconnected. I also recommend hot gluing stuff or epoxying things if this is going to be a permanent project for you, so that the wires stay in place and nothing comes unhooked while your dog's running around and exploring. So I cut a couple of holes in the Tupperware so that the wires can go through, and then just hot glue around those holes so that it's waterproof. So inside this Tupperware container is the EL sequencer board, which is made by SparkFun. It's made specifically to control EL wire, and I really love this board because it's super versatile. It also has what I call general purpose input and output pins. I don't know if that's the exact specific word for this board, but basically pins that you can program to do different hardware functions. So that's how I'm talking to the light sensor. The light sensor inputs its analog value, and then the board reads it, and you do a little bit of testing and figure out what's a good value, and then you can say to the board, turn on a certain number of channels when this value is on the light sensor. And you can control up to 8 different wires on the EL sequencer. It's super convenient too because it has a space for an inverter, which takes the DC power output from your battery and converts it to the AC voltage needed for your EL wire. In terms of batteries, I highly recommend getting a lithium-ion battery because it has a very high capacity, which basically means that it'll last for a long time. And it's also rechargeable, which is cool because then you can just recharge it when it dies and you don't have to buy another one, and you can also reduce waste. Yay! So this board is also really cool too because in addition to just adding sensors and stuff, it also has a spot for an NRF chip, which is a radio frequency chip. So if you want to get real crazy, you could even add in a remote control to control the light up harness or your Halloween costume or whatever cool wearable project that you make with the EL wire. So the EL sequencer board is run off of an Atmel chip, which is the same chip that's on Arduino boards. So that's really cool because then it means that you can program it in the Arduino platform exactly how you would program an Arduino board. So that's pretty much it for this project. Just to show you the cool colors, I'm going to plug in this white strand. Maybe. There we go. Yeah. So the microphone might be picking up the high pitch of the EL wire. It's not that noticeable in person, and in all honesty, my dog doesn't care, so that's good. He doesn't mind it at all, other than he gets weirded out that I'm putting stuff on him and taking pictures. So yeah, pretty sci-fi looking. I like it. If you're interested in seeing how I made this light up dog harness, you want to build one for yourself, or you're just curious to give yourself more ideas, check out the tutorial in the video description below. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.